Ladies and gentlemen, Texas is going through it again. And they got a power outage going on there. And, they're in the middle of this winter storm. For us, it's going to be starting tomorrow. We're only going to be 28 during the day, and we may be hitting single digits at night. So, but one thing I can honestly say, we don't have as many power outages as we see in other parts of the country. I'm not saying it never goes out, but it just seems like once the weather gets cold in certain parts of the country, especially in the South, it's like y'all lose power, you lose everything. And it shouldn't be that way at all. And pipes are bursting. And I saw some homes and apartments where not only did the pipes burst, they burst right through the walls and ceiling. No, we don't get a lot of that here in the Northeast. So, frustrated Texans endure winter storm with no power, heat. So they don't have no heat, no power, and they're going through this all over again. So thousands of frustrated Texans shiver in their homes Thursday after more than a day without power, including many in the state's capital, as an icy winter storm has been blamed for at least 10 traffic deaths lingered across much of the southern US. So we know everything is going to warm up eventually. That's how it is. I mean, these things only last for a few days, and usually you come out of it. So they're saying an Arctic front that dropped in from Canada is now threatening the northern states, which we know is coming. It's coming for us Friday. In particular, those in New England with the coldest weather in decades, and chills could drive lower than minus 50. Across Texas, 430,000 customers lacked power, according to poweroutage.us. But the failures were most widespread in Austin, where frustration mounted when more than 156,000 customers over 24 hours after the electricity went out, for which many also meant their heat. Power failures have affected about 30% of the customers in the city of nearly a million at any given time since Wednesday. So, wow, I get there's a fine line between preparedness and panic, but I wish they'd been more aggressive in their community. So, this is someone that lost power, and I guess they felt that uh, the people, especially the people in charge down there in Austin, just didn't do enough job in informing the people. They weren't forceful enough. For many Texas residents, it was a second time in 3 years since that February freeze. Boy, do I remember that. Oh, I wish I could have helped so many of the people down there. Temperatures were in the 30s, and y'all remember the wind turbines stopped turning. And you know what the funny part is? I was out and about one time in the single digits, and I went past wind turbines. And do you know them suckers here were still turning? They were still turning in single digits. That's why when I heard about the wind turbine stopped in Texas and it was nowhere near single digits, and I'm like, wow. So I don't know. That was very strange. So the prolonged outages and uncertainty over the lights would come back on. So the mayor, Kirk Watson, at a news conference Thursday, It said the city officials will review their communication protocols in the future. Um, yeah, well, it would be nice if people knew they had help, in some kind of form. And when these things happen and how disastrous it is, do y'all try to open up any type of shelters or emergency locations for people to go and be in heat? Because it seems like maybe you need to start implementing that, where maybe use the schools or something where people can get a hot meal and be in a heated facility, maybe one that's ran by a generator. Just like you got these facilities for hurricanes, maybe you need to start getting these around the South for the cold, because it seems like every single winter, y'all are now getting hit with these temperatures. I know before in the South, you were spared all of this, but y'all, this story came out 3 hours ago, and there are more and more people in Texas losing their power. Oh, it feels like two steps forward and three steps back. Jackie Sargent, a general manager of Austin Energy, school systems in Dallas and Austin area, plus many in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee, closed Thursday. And they're talking about today, Thursday, as snow, sleet, and freezing rain continued to push through. Public transportation in Dallas also experienced major delays early Thursday, according to a statement from Dallas Area Rapid Transit. Hundreds of more flights have been canceled again in Texas. Yeah, I saw like over 1,000 were canceled yesterday, although not as many as in previous days. Airport crews battled ice to keep the runways open. By Thursday morning, airlines had canceled more than 500 flights at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, more than a quarter of all flights scheduled for the day. Still, that was down from about 1,300 cancellations on Wednesday. Yeah, and I did see that, more than 1,000 on Tuesday, according to FlightAware.com. Dozens of flights were canceled at Dallas Love Field and Austin Bergstrom International Airport. So, it's not going to get better, at least not now. So, watches and warnings about wintry conditions stretch from West Texas border with Mexico through Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, and into western Tennessee and northern Mississippi. So, another wave of frigid weather in the US is on the horizon, with the Arctic cold front expected to move from Canada into the northern plains and upper Midwest, sweeping into the Northeast by Friday. Yeah, I mean, we're already prepared. I did all of my grocery shopping earlier in the week. Right now, we don't need for anything. We just have to get through it, and we will. We always do. The only thing that happened to us in December, our power was fine. Our heat is fine, but our heat is gas. It's not on electricity. So if the power goes out, we still got heat. Um, the only thing that happened was my Comcast acted up for several hours. And I think that was the worst thing that happened. We really got through it. So I just hope everybody is okay in Texas, and you're just going to have to do the best that you can and try to come up with alternatives to keep yourself warm. Um, and that's really all you can do. It's a shame that these things are always happening. in Texas. It's almost like as soon as the cold weather comes, y'all start losing power. And I'm just telling you, when you come around where we are, that's not the norm, you know? I don't know, maybe y'all need to look at some of those regulators and these people that are in charge that clearly seem like amateurs that don't know what they're doing. But any of my subscribers in Texas, let me know how you're doing through this whole thing in the comment section. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.